guys, Samantha from Jessama Tutorials here, and today I've got some great news. As JessamaDesign's Etsy shop is releasing a range of silk screens. So I'll show you all of them. So this one is my oyster silk screen, and this is to match the texture stamp. If you've seen my polymer clay textures, you'll know which one that is. Another one to match a texture stamp is my steampunk silk screen, as you can see. And those are all the ones, actually no, we've got one more. Here's another one to match my frozen fractures texture stamp. As you can see, that one's really nice. And then another range that we've got along with ones to match texture stamps are faux stone silk screens. And so we've got one crazy lace agate and one abalone one, so you can check those ones out. I have also done a tutorial on how to create the faux abalone effect with the silk screen. That one will be coming out very soon after this tutorial, so you can see two over there using that silk screen, and I will be showing how to use the agate one very soon. Okay, and so I'm just going to show you how to use these silk screens. They're a little different than what you would usually find, as they have a sticky backing. So I'm just going to show you how that works. Just peel it up. And you can see it comes off very easily. Keep that because you're always going to want to put that back onto your silk screen once it's dried. So you can see a sticky back is always the shiny side, and that is the part that goes down onto your clay. And it means that it will stick down onto your clay, and it will create a nice bond to your clay. So if you're having trouble with paint leaking through your silk screen, this is a great type of silk screen to purchase, as it eliminates a lot of that leakage. So just burnish it down nicely, like so. I'll do it this way around. And I'm going to bring over some silver paint. They basically work from this point on the same way any other silk screen would work. You basically have it smoothed down onto your clay. You would take paint, pastels, all sorts of other things. This paint's a little bit runny. Let me mix it up a bit more. Okay, sorry, my camera didn't record there. So as I was saying, it's like any other silk screen where you will dab the paint along the edge, like so, and then you take a card swipe, and then you swipe it across the surface, like so. You can of course dab paint across the surface as well. That is something you can do. And you can use alcohol ink, mica powders, pastels, lots of different things, all the things that you would usually use. And I'll lift this up and you'll see what a beautiful pattern that is created. Now I have to go wash this. Okay, now I'm going to just bring over another silk screen to demonstrate how you would wash it. So all you're doing is when you put it into the water, and you want to be using slightly warm water. It's not absolutely mandatory, but it does help quite a bit if you put the silk screen into a bath of lukewarm water. You're going to be scrubbing the top. You can use a toothbrush to scrub the top, and this is the mesh part. don't use a toothbrush to scrub the sticky part. This is very sturdy, as you can see, but when you put it in water it does soften a little bit, and if you take a toothbrush to it and are quite aggressive to it, you might nick off some parts. So always remember that. If you want to scrub it, that's perfectly fine. You can be fairly aggressive for this top part where the mesh is, but just be careful with this back side. Then when you want to dry it, you want to take it shiny side up, as you can see, and you'll lay it down onto a surface to dry. Then when you are done, once it has dried, you'll just take that acrylic backing and you'll put that onto the silk screen again, and that is how you'll pack it away. Okay, and by this time this should have dried, so I'm just going to quickly trim that section up and this section. Okay, and you can see how beautifully it prints. You can see there how that looks. Now, another added bonus to the fact that these silk screens have a sticky back is, unlike normal silk screens where generally you have to print them onto raw polymer clay, you can use these ones with their sticky back to print onto baked polymer clay. That opens up a lot of different options, so if you want to do that, just bear that in mind when you are designing. You can also wrap them around curved surfaces, so for instance, if I bring over a bracelet, let's say for instance this was covered in polymer clay. Now usually with the other silk screens you would have to make a sheet of polymer clay and then you would wrap that around the bracelet. Now a lot of times when you're working with bracelets and jars and things like that, when you're working with it you're using your fingers a lot, you're tapping the surface a lot, and it's very easy to smudge the pattern. So with these sticky silk screens you can cover this in, like for instance, plain black clay, get it all smoothed out in the right shape. Then you can take your silk screen, if I just bring that over and just unstick that from the back, you can take this and you can stick this. It's a lot easier when the clay is on there, but as you can see you can wrap this around here, and because it will have a sticky back you can stick that on there and then you can do a silk screen print. There you can see that's stuck. You'll need to burnish it on a little bit to get it stick, but that is an added bonus to these bracelets, to these silk screens. So just bear that in mind when you're designing as well. So that's basically it for the demo. They're very simple and easy to use. I am going to be bringing out a lot more designs. There are already new designs on the shop as of making this video, so be sure to check them out. They're available on my Etsy shop, JessamaDesign. I will provide a link in the description below the video, so be sure to check them out. There are a lot there. They are limited in stock at the moment as we have to hand make each one of them, so be sure to check them out as they will be selling out fast. And as always, I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.